This is a book review of a book I recently read, which is called Mindset by Carol Dweck. If you read stuff in personal development and this kind of self-improvement area, then it's very likely that you've come across Carol Dweck or something influenced by her research. The basis of this book is the idea of two mindsets, that in general, people can be of one of two mindsets. One is the fixed mindset, and that is essentially the belief that I am the way I am, and I'm good at some things, I'm bad at some things, and basically I can't change any of that. So it's luck of the draw, right? If I'm bad at mathematics, it's just because, I don't have a mathematics brain. That was just something, I was born with a brain that's bad at mathematics. That's the end of the story. The other mindset is the growth mindset, which is just a fundamental belief that, okay, I may be bad at mathematics right now, but if I do the right kind of, if I practice the right way and I put in enough effort, I can become good at it. That is quite easy to understand, right? And even there's the terms fixed mindset and growth mindset. That makes a lot of sense. And this kind of thing, like I said, you've probably come across this before. It's quite possible that this is not news to you. I think the greatest danger with the mindsets is that the basic idea of this is so simple that it's easy to think, oh yeah, I get it. I basically don't need to read this book. I get it, right? The fixed mindset is bad. It makes you hold yourself back. Generally, people who have a fixed mindset are, less accomplished and less happy than people who have a growth mindset. Of course, growth mindset is better, makes you more motivated to improve yourself, makes you put in the effort, which then leads to improvement. So I get it. There you go. The summary of the book. You don't need to read it anymore. Well, maybe you should still read it, because I think that's the real value of the book, is that it just goes into a lot of depth about what these mindsets are and what they aren't. And it goes into many examples where it's, you might read the book and go, oh, wow. So an example for me was that I'm growth-minded about many, many things. And I thought that perhaps I'm growth-minded about everything. But first of all, you have to realize that it's not just an either-or thing. It's not that you are a growth-minded person or you're not, or you're a fixed-minded person. In fact, that's a very fixed mindset thing to think, right? And if you have a very strong fixed mindset about many things, then your initial reaction to hearing this theory might be, oh, I'm growth-minded about everything. That's it. I've always been, I'll always be. That's a very fixed mindset thing, right? This is kind of an interesting twist of irony there. But that's not how it works. You're not just either or, and it's not black and white. You are likely to be somewhere on the spectrum between extremely growth-minded and extremely fixed-minded about different things in your life. And so to get back to the example, for me, I am very growth-minded about many things because, I've been, doing this kind of personal development, working on myself, working on my skills for years and years and years now. So unsurprisingly, I have a strong growth mindset when it comes to many, many things. But there are certain things, for example, relationships, where as I was reading this book, I realized, oh my God, I have some really strong fixed mindset patterns when it comes to relationships. And I'd never noticed this. This was never obvious to me. So it was great for me to read this book and see these examples. And one of the things you can get out of this is it can open your mind to really what it means and to more of the subtle differentiation of what it really means to be a growth-minded or a fixed-minded person in different aspects of your life. And what's also suggested in the book is that you try to become aware of this. So that you become open to the idea that about certain things you might be growth-minded or fixed-minded, and also in certain situations or when you're in a certain mood or during certain times of day, this might change, and that you become aware of it, that you become aware and you catch yourself, oh, hold on, the way I just thought about that was a fixed mindset thing. Or the way I just, what I just told someone is actually a fixed mindset frame. And when you become aware of it, you can then start taking charge and start changing that. So I enjoyed this book very much. I think it's a great fundamental read. The one thing that I can criticize about it is that I think this book isn't particularly implementable. So there's not that much you can go out and do right away. It's really more about building an awareness. But I would still recommend it, or at least I can say I really enjoyed it. I'm very glad I read this book because it gives a great perspective and it does open this possibility of just becoming more aware of where you're at.